Hey everybody, welcome back to another feature match from Sorbet's non-meta tournament number 2. So this is round number 4 yet again. I might have said it was round number 3 in the last video, but it's definitely round number 4. And both of these players are actually one of these players is 2-1, which is up at the top, which is Malefic Lord, and down at the bottom, Goofy Ghost is 1-2. So if Malefic Lord does win this, he will be advancing to the top cut. I will be doing a special tiebreaker duel in that case. Yeah, with all of that said, let's get right into it. Up at the top, he's playing Heroes, and down at the bottom, Goofy Ghost is playing Crusadia, as you may have noticed in the previous feature match, or one of the previous ones. So, I didn't see actually who won the die roll, but in either case, Malefic Lord is going to be going first. Obviously, he must have won the die roll because I believe both of these players are playing going second decks. So, yeah. So his hand seems to be a little unfortunate. I believe he can still play with this though, since he can normal the Maximus, link it off into Magius, and then use the XC to summon, get a Magius search and special, worst case scenario, you could at least special Dweller, right? But I'm not too sure. He just opts to pass, hoping probably to OTK on the following turn, which makes complete sense, honestly. He could also, I think it's definitely possible for him to end on an Echomax Dweller and a Draco. Here, I want to see really quick. Let me just think about this. So he could Echomax go into Magius, Exceed Special, get a search for Draco, and then he can go ahead and turn the... Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's a little harder than I think. Maybe you could turn the Parallel Exceed as well as the Magius into Reclusia, the Searcher for the spell, and then you can go ahead and special Maximus and get a search. I think he has like a Searcher that's a protection with the Draco, and then the Draco is going to add back the Maximus, link it off into... Oh, maybe not, because then he would just have Echomax Dweller, huh? So I guess it's not like as good as I first thought, but either way, Stratos is going to go ahead and normal summon, and I believe he searched for the liquid here. Nope, a Shadow Mist actually. And then he's going to be using Hero's Bond to special both elemental heroes in his hand, and then it's going to be special summoning Shadow Mist as well as Liquid Soldier. Shadow Mist is going to get a search for Mass Change, and then he can go ahead and I believe, he looks like he's just going to go straight into Battle Phase, which makes sense. 1,000, 14, and 18. Which is quite a big chunk of damage. I believe that's 4,200 altogether. Pretty nice. Getting him halfway to dead. Then he can go ahead and overlay. He's going to make a Dweller, and then he's going to be setting everything and passing his turn. So Dweller is going to be activated here. Also, Dweller gains the attack boost here, which is actually really funny. This effect almost never comes up, but while this card has material that is originally water, all waters gain 500 on the field, and Dweller is definitely a water monster. So Dweller is actually at 2,200 due to its own effect, which is something you very, very rarely see, but I think it's quite funny. He's going to be going ahead in the standby phase using Dweller, and then Hey Trunate is going to be activated here, and I believe possibly, I would honestly, the correct play is to chain this Mass Change on the Shadow Mist to get a search as well as making a Dark Law, but he's just going to go ahead and bounce everything back to his hand. He's just like, that's fine. So he's going to go into a Maximus, going into a Magius, and then go ahead and trigger this Exceed in his hand, which I believe he just drew for turn, which is really unfortunate, drawing into the second one. But on either way, Exceed is going to be activated, summoning a second one from the deck and searching for Draco. Then he can go ahead and link off into a Spatha, and then summon the Draco, and then use the Draco to add back, and then the Spatha is going to be moving the Dweller under the Spatha zone. And then he's going to be linking those off into an Echomax, and then using Revival, and then going ahead and special summoning this Maximus here. And I believe this is game here. Actually, before we go into the siding portion, he just opts to scoop here since he can attack into the Shadow Mist. But I'm really curious here if this wouldn't have been game if he would have changed the Mass Change. So assuming he changed the Mass Change and then searched for like an Honest Neos, although I'm not sure if that would have been the card he would have searched for. I think he still could have used Echomax to put the Dark Law under the zone. He could definitely go into Dark Law or go into the Echomax still, but this Maximus would be in the Banish zone. At that point, the Echomax would be sitting on 1,000, 2,000, so 3,500 due to the field spell. And then it would gain the 2400 from the other one. So it's just going to be attacking for, I think, normally so it'd be 35, and then he can go ahead and attack into Dweller first, which would be 13 plus the 24, so 37, and then 35. So I still that wouldn't have been game. I might have been doing my math wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that if he would have changed the mass change, it wouldn't have been game. So that's a little unfortunate. But moving into game number 2. He's going to be opting to go second yet again, obviously, since he's playing against Crusadia OTK, so it makes sense. Rhoda is going to be activated here to search for Arborea. Then he can go ahead and normal summon this Maximus, link it off into a Magius, and then use the Draco to go ahead and add the Maximus, as well as use the Magius search to get into a Leonis. And then he can go ahead and link those off into the Regulex, which is going to search him for the field spell. Arborea is going to be special to the zone, so he can trigger the Regulex, and then he's going to be linking off into a Equimax. And then he's going to be going ahead and using Exceed to special summon itself, as well as another copy from the deck, and then overlaying into a copy of Dweller in defense mode. Then the Leonis is going to be summoned to the Equimax's zone, so that way he has Dweller to negate something, as well as an Equimax negate as well by trueing the Leonis. Passing his turn, Quaid's going to be going ahead and, in the standby phase, Dwellers are going to be used. And then he's going to be going ahead and shotgunning this Dweller, or not Dweller, Allure. And then he's going to banish this Vion out of the hand and using E-Call to go ahead and search for Stratos. I felt like it might be a better play, because definitely Vion's like a fantastic starter in this deck, so it might have been a better play to search for a Stratos, or not a Stratos, a Shadow Mist, then banish that with the Allure before, instead of the Vion, because the Vion's a fantastic starter. But in either case, I think he's just going to go for the Stratos. And that's going to be negated with an Equimax, and he's going to chain Mass Change to it to go ahead and fusion it off into a Divine Wind, so the effect is still going to trigger through, and he's going to search for a second copy of Stratos for the next turn. Then he's going to be going ahead and using the effect of Honest Neos, boosting the attack of Divine Wind for the rest of the turn by 2,500. So now it's going to be sitting at 5,200 points. And then you can go ahead and use Miracle Fusion to banish the Stratos as well as the Honest Neos out of the graveyard. And he's just going to make a Sunrise, which can also search for a Miracle Fusion. But I guess he just opts not to search for it. I believe he is on 3 copies, so a little interesting there. But in either way, it looks like Divine Wind's going to be declaring an attack. And then he's going to be using Sunrise to pop the Dweller. So that's going to be going ahead, and both are going through, I believe, here. So Dweller gets destroyed, and then Arborea is going to be used to protect it. I believe the damage is a little off here, though, since Divine Wind attacks for the 700 plus the Honest Neo, so that's 32. I'm not sure what 15 is getting from. Maybe he just calculated in the Dweller. I'm not too sure. So Arborea is going to be protecting the Equimax, and it's going to be the... So, yeah. When does that 56? How's he at 5,600? Am I missing... Oh, that's right. From Sunrise. That's right. So he gains 400 from Sunrise, and then the 25 from Honest Neo. So that is 5,600. So that is right. So he should take 3,600, actually. I believe that might be... I believe the damage is a little off here. I believe the damage is quite off here, because I think he should take, because it's 56, and then Equimax is just its normal attack of the 2,000, so that should be 36, and then the Sunrise would be attacking for 9, so that should be 45. So he should be at 35 right now, I believe, although I'm not too sure. So going ahead and... the effect of, Crusadia Revival is going to be activated here, and then he can go ahead and link the Maximus into a Magius, go ahead and trigger this Exceed out of his hand to also trigger the Magius. Although he has no more copies of the Exceed in deck, that's still fine. He's going to search for another copy of Maximus. I'm really curious if he actually is on only just the 1 copy of Draco, because I feel like Draco would have been the better search here, but I'm not too sure. He's going to go ahead and link those off into a Regulex, and then use the effect of Maximus in his hand to special summon it. Since the first one was just normal summon, he can definitely do that. then he's just going to be going ahead and attacking. I thought he still had a Crusadia spell in deck. I'm pretty sure he's playing another like Crusadia spell, so I'm not sure why he didn't search. He's going to attack into Sunrise, which this Sunrise is at... Okay, it looks like the Regulex is actually at 15, 16, so 3,100. And then it gains the Sunrise's attack, so that's going to be 6,200 damage. Then he can go ahead and... yeah, they're just fixing the damage here. Just 27 twice, should be. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. Oh, it gains the original attack of Sunrise. Okay, that makes sense. So he doesn't take the... So the Sunrise boost actually is pretty relevant there, actually. So that was a little bit of confusion. All this attack gaining is just a ton of math. It's kind of fun. Little interesting. But then the Regulus is going to be swinging over the Divine Wind, but it can't be destroyed by battle. So that's okay. And actually... Oh, okay. So this effect here, your opponent can only attack with only one monster during each battle phase. This is the same monster, just attacking multiple times. So it actually plays around Divine Wind quite well. That's actually really funny. I didn't notice that the first time I watched through this. So Stratos is going to be normal summoned here, searching for a copy of Honest Neos, and then he can go ahead and use this Miracle Fusion to banish the Stratos as well as the Sunrise out of the graveyard, and going into a second copy of Sunrise. Then he can go ahead and use Divine Wind to swing over the Regulex, and then in the damage step, he's going to go ahead and drop this Honest Neos. Oh wait, actually no, he's actually not going to go ahead. He's actually not going into the damage step. He's actually just going to use Sunrise to pop. That's a little interesting. But yeah, he's definitely doing that. So then this Divine Wind is going to be redeclaring into the Maximus. I'm a little confused as to why he didn't just pop the Maximus and then attack over the Regulex. I feel like that would have been better, just to get an extra points of damage in, but in either case, it's whatever. Divine Wind's going to trigger and draw a card due to its own effect, and then Sunrise is going to be attacking for 2,900, and then in damage step, he is dropping the Honest Neos to attack for game. So, a little bit interesting, a little confusion there, but we still got through it. So, moving into game number 3. It looks like he's going to be going first this time. A little bit switch up here. He's just going to go ahead and set one and normal summon the Shadow Mist as well as a Mass Change. This is alright. I mean, it's a very interesting hand, but I think it definitely could get the job done. So, in the standby phase, he's going to be going ahead and using Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. And it looks like he's just letting that go through, which is very interesting. I mean, it makes sense because if you chain the Mass Change, you kind of lose, since the Dark Law is still going to get destroyed. So I feel like possibly it is a good play against Crusadia to just not summon a monster, although I definitely think that they might be able to still play into that somehow. Like in this case, you could just normal the Draco and then use the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber and then the Monster Born back the Draco. I don't know if he actually has enough targets, but that's interesting. So Miss is going to go ahead and search for Vion, and obviously the Dogoron's going to be put under the zone that Jizukiru, or sorry, the extra monster zone, and then Jizukiru is going to be put in the main monster zone. Back to the front's going to be triggered here, and then the Maximus is going to be triggered as well, and then Exceed is going to be triggered out of the hand to special summon another copy from the deck. He's going to be chaining a copy of Mass Change here, which is kind of smart so that he's not playing into it. I feel like he probably should have done that before the Draco summon so that the Draco would have been in the grave. I'm not too sure. But now the Exceed is going to be summoned, and then he can go ahead and search for a copy of Maximus. And Darklaw is going to be triggered here to go ahead and banish a card out of the hand. He hits double summon, which is probably the worst card to hit here. And yeah, so he's going to be just going ahead and linking off into an Equimax. Then using Maximus to special summon to its zone. And this Equimax is huge right now, sitting at 53 plus the 16. So that's at least... 53 plus 16, so 69, and it's going to attack into this Dogoron. So that's quite a bit of damage. I don't think that that's game. Oh, is it game? I'm not too sure. So 53, 69, and then it's just going to be the 9,900 versus the 3,000. So that should be... Oh, I guess the damage is doubled. So yeah, it should be the 13,800. So yeah, that's definitely game. So that's a little unfortunate there. Wow, quite crazy. I feel like against Crusadia going first, you should maybe just not set up a board, because the Equimax only gets the double damage if it attacks an opponent's monster. So I feel like it's okay if the Equimax just hits you directly. Like, I feel like it's, it's a lot of damage. It's like, in this case, it would be what, like the 6,900, but it's well worth it instead of having 13,000. But I still feel like he could have had game even if he didn't set up a monster. It was just all around just a bad situation, because he could have just activated the Monster Reborn and like I said, just normal summon Draco, then activated Kaiju Slumber, give him a Kaiju, and then just reborn back the Draco, so he still had the same amount of monsters in that situation. So it was all around just a bad situation for him to be in. But unfortunately, he won't be advancing to Top Cut due to the loss. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. And in the next match, we are going to be going into Top Cut. So there's going to be 4 players in Top Cut, and we'll have those matches ready for you. With all of that said, I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one.